222, test, yeah. So if I go and talk into it, it might pick it up soon. So if I go and talk into it, yeah, okay. Pick it up soon.
It's taking the team sheet off us.
Oh,
RFL.
Oh,
so
right.
I've got a picture of it, if that would be helpful.
Right,
not ideal, I know.
That doesn't help at all. No.
They just said we need it. I was like, oh. Interesting. I'll try and keep it open then in that case. Let's try and send them through. Yeah.
Test 1 2 1 2, test 1 2.
You should have a
There we go. I've not got numbers for Great Britain, but I know I remember Sean Orton did fullback. I think everyone else had a number. Hello and welcome to the second game from the RFL President's Cup tonight at Rochdale Mayfield. If it's half as good as the first one, we're in for a treat. It's the England Universities taking on Great Britain Armed Forces, and I'll bring you the two sides. So, the England University side lines up with Joe Capless at fullback, Lee Regist and Harry Chapman are the wingers, with Matthew Crimes and Jason Bass in the centres. At half-back it's Kieran Smith and Ben Stead, with a front row of Jed Maudsley, Will Jubb, Dan Gover and Menashe Fumhanda. The back row is Marcus Stock, Ryan Langton and Alex Clegg, with a bench of Lewis Fairhurst, Luke Stevens, James Mason and Connor McCallum alongside Lewis Taylor. For the Armed Forces, it's Sean Houghton at fullback, Josh Copeland, Nathan Barker, Mickey Hoyle, Luke Cooper in the back line, Jamie Lang and Adam Flintham at halfback, with Jake Starbuck, Matty Scott, Adam Burkitt, Jordan Kerman, Lewis Farr making up the starting lineup. It's Ben Taylor, Mike Harrison, Juiti Tupai, Pete Holmes and Ben Mellor. And it's the students right on the attack initially. Will Jubb moves into dummy half, the man from the York City Knights. Ball goes up high in the air from Kieran Smith. Fielded well by Houghton at the back as far as the Armed Forces side is concerned. They're 20 metres away from their own line. Should be an intriguing battle, this one. And I've got a feeling this will be where the President's Cup is decided. The student side unbeaten so far in this competition. The Armed Forces having a comprehensive win after having to forfeit the first game of the competition. But they're in possession now. That's Lewis Farr. Ball on the right hand side. Kick coming in from the halfback Flinton. Played it off the boot of Lee Regis, who's represented Yorkshire for the last couple of years at 17s and 19s level in the Barber competition. Done extremely well too. Had to take a physical challenge there as well. Stopped 15 metres from his own line. Forward come the student side now, the universities combined. Good work down that right hand side by Harry Chapman. Quick play of the ball. Tell you what, the speed of this side looks tremendous, but they've put the ball down, and that's invited Josh Copeland to come at them. And the penalty's been won too. So this could just be dabbed into touch, but indeed it's a kick that finds 10 metres further down the field. So Matty Scott to tap. 30 metres away from the try line. Waits for a ball to reach him. Scott looks round. This is the big number 11 Jordan Kerman. Ball fed down the left hand side. A little bit slow in the build up initially there from the Armed Forces. But they've reached the 20 metre line. Now they'll open it out. It's coming down the right hand side. Strong run there by Ben Taylor. Inside the 20. Scott takes it right. Kick comes in. Comes off feet. It's gone to Houghton. Tackle count isn't wiped down, but the fullback has it. He'll play this ball. He just lost the lines of running as the play of the ball was a little slow. But even so, Mickey Hoyle makes a bit of an advance downfield. 10 metres away from the try line. Ball comes to the middle. Kick comes in, but it's way too heavy. And gives Joe Kaplas the opportunity to run that ball back. 20 metres away from his own line. He taps it quickly. Straight away, he's 10 metres down the ground, but most of that was sideways. Wind really picking up now at Mayfield. Into the second game of our entertainment this evening. I'm Dave Parkinson, if you're just joining me for coverage. There's a bit of an issue here for Kaplas. Oh, and that's a blow. They're going to have to make a change so early. It's one they wouldn't have been anticipating. Been going for about 4 minutes in this game. Oh, he's really struggling there, is Kaplas. So lots of voices being heard on the field as Kaplas is helped to his feet. He's going to be helped off the field. Sympathetic round of applause all round for Kaplas. So Lewis Fairhurst comes onto the field, who's been representing Keighley Cougars in League One. Joey's the man at dummy half as we just await Kaplas being led from the field. So Jubb, long pass to the middle. Forward come the students. Jubb moves into dummy half once again. Dummies to the right, brings it to the left. Really strong running there. Gets them over the halfway line. Jubb moves it left. That was Marcus Stock with that run. Jubb moves it infield. Run coming in now from the number 15, Jed Maudsley. Jubb moves it to the right. Getting themselves involved, keeping the ball moving. Excellent work this from the students. The university side getting 15 metres away from the try line. Working the ball across to the left. Oh, and I tell you what, he's going to pick his way through. That is some fine work. And they've opened the scoring here. The number 3, Jason Bass, who's been representing Coventry Bears in League One, manages to cut through, and that was a real quality line that he found there. England Universities are in front by 4 points to 0, with this kick to come from Benstead. So Benstead has the extras, 6 points to 0 it is here. And what a good start that is. To actually recover from losing a player so early in the game is of great credit to the England University side, who've been in some real good form in this competition. Topping 40 points in both of the previous matches. Long restart, what a take from Furrest. That's a brilliant catch. Launches big, Dan Glover back into the line. He takes it 20 metres from his own try line. This is Regist again. Solid running from the young winger. Jubb, dummies, comes forward. In fact, this is Jubb at dummy half now. That was some excellent work, and I'll try and update when we get a stoppage. But that's Marcus Stocks running forward to the halfway line. Jubb moves into dummy half once more, and they've won a penalty here after the England Universities just playing this game a little bit too quick for the Armed Forces at the minute, and leading by 6 points to 0. Stead kicks to the touchline and finds it, a good touch, 20 metres further downfield. And we have a tap to be taken here, with the ball's moved infield. Jubb moves into dummy half again. This time the ball's going left. Smith misses a man out. Oh, this is great work, they're in again. That is a super ball and a super run and a super try from Marcus Stock. Kieran Smith did incredibly well to unlock the defence. His lofted pass was something to behold, really dragged the defence in and left a good line to be run from Marcus Stock, and he adds another 4 points, so it's 10 points to 0 in favour of the England University side. So Stead, quality kicker in his time, this fella. And I tell you what, that's a quality kick. 12 points to 0 in favour of the England University side. Ben Stead, another player that plies his trade in League One. Plays for Coventry currently. Ball goes high from the restart. It's allowed to bounce. It's a contest. And the Universities have it. Chance for them coming out of defence. There's Bass once more. 15 metres away from his own line. Jubb moves into dummy half. Long ball to Smith. He puts it further wide. This is excellent work. They've worked an opening. Great footwork. Excellent cover tackle coming over just to prevent the England University side. Here's Regist again. Wrapped up by 2 on this occasion, but he's found his front. So it allowed Jubb to find Stead with the pass, who dummies, then throws the pass to Smith. Then it's out the back to Furrest. Furrest still going, 30 metres away from the try line on this left hand side. Smith, the man at dummy half, takes it blindside, dabs it over the top. It's going to bounce and bobble, and Houghton has it. Can he get outside his own try line? No, he can't. It's going to be a dropout from under the posts. Well forced. Some excellent pressure being put on by the England University side. Currently leading by 12 points to 0 thanks to those 2 early tries. The dropout goes all along the deck, bounces and bobbles its way to the 40-metre line. Here's Leicester University's thumb-hander. Now it's on this left-hand side with Smith. Stocks is waiting for it down this left-hand side. Is the ball going to find him? No, instead it finds Furrest. Furrest takes that challenge. It's a good hit heading his way by Mickey Hoyle. It's all the students' university side at the moment though. Another solid run coming in by Marcus Stock. Jubb, dummies, cuts his way forward, tries to get the ball away, succeeds. Furrest keeps it moving. It's gone as far as Smith, who dummies one way, dummies the other, finds a way through, drills his kick low, and that's a brilliant pick-up. An excellent bit of play from Mickey Hoyle. That has saved the Armed Forces side, and he's won a penalty too. Well, that was a really welcome penalty as far as the Armed Forces side is concerned. It's going to be kicked towards us in the commentary position. Bobbles along the top of the roof of the stand. We certainly feel every bobble, every bounce. You can probably hear every echo as well, to be fair. Tap taken. Armed Forces with some deserved ball. Lewis Farr with that challenge. Big surge forward there from the number 10 Adam Burkitt. Burkitt will play it back. Forward they come again. That's opposite prop Jake Starbuck, just over the halfway line. Bring it down this right hand side, that pass just drifted forward, and that's a win as far as the University's defence is concerned. Some good work just before then. I thought that the 2 front rowers as far as the Armed Forces were concerned, Starbuck and Burkitt, really did make their way forward particularly well. Matty Scott just needs to maybe line it up a little bit better for his support runners. Ball brought down that right hand side, and Flintham couldn't really do much either than throw that forward pass. So Smith feeds the scrum. Jubb gets the ball out. And that's some solid running by Matthew Crimes. Plays it back to Regist. Regist runs all across field, eventually makes a couple of metres forward. One of the Armed Forces players gets bowled down in the backfield by one of his own men. Now Jubb spots it. Sends Stocks rolling his way. And that player, Lewis Farr, had to come up with a double effort there, considering he wasn't particularly well after that challenge. Smith feeds it to Stead. Stead's through. Great tackling back though by Houghton. The full-back doing a tremendous job there. 12 metres away from the try line. They're taking it right through hands. Here's Regist. Regist for the corner, and he's got there. Some lovely footwork. He didn't have much room with which to manoeuvre, but he used it to perfection and crosses for the University's third try of the game. The 16-0 to the good with the kick to come. We've been going for around about 16 minutes. So Stead once again faced with a difficult conversion attempt, this time from the opposite side of the field. Just a couple of metres in from that touchline. He's also played for Keighley as well as Stead, so knows the Championship and League One competition particularly well over these last 3 or 4 years. I remember him playing in a Challenge Cup quarter-final as well at Widnes for the Cougars. Stead pulls the trigger and the flags are raised again. 18 points to 0. That fellow is a goal-kicking machine. So we're back on the halfway line with the Armed Forces side. Mickey Hoyle gets us back underway. Finds some real height with that kick. Stead juggles with it. Throws the dummy. Surges on. Gets rid of one. Gets it 10 metres away from his own line. Registers the man at dummy half. Runs in field. There was some complaints there from the Armed Forces side about men being taken out in the backfield. Nothing said though. So, the University side still in possession, still rolling their way forward. Smith has lost it, he's gone backwards, but the referee has spotted a little fumble there. It remains 18 points to 0, but there's possession here for the Armed Forces side. So scrum to be fed by Adam Flinton. Ball picked up at the base by Scott. It's worked its way into the arms of number 3 Nathan Barker. Barker's 22 metres away from the line. Quick pick up, quick dart forward by Luke Cooper. Now they've buzzed into a bit of action. They continue to come the way forward through Jamie Lang. Scott finds some support. The 5 metres shy of the try line though. Scott again working the dummy half position. Pops it right. Excellent running, but superb defence as well, to be fair. Ben Taylor, the man tackled there. To take it right again. Oh, and a long ball out wide. And a try! A try for the Armed Forces side. Mickey Hoyle cutting back on the angle, scoring the try that puts them on the board. 18 points to 4 with the kick to come. It was a quick step back on the infield. Nobody was ready for it. And he picks up a simple 4 points, does Mickey Hoyle, who's perhaps been the best of the Armed Forces backs in this early period of the game. So he's taking his time here is Jamie Lang, and who can blame him? He knows that if he's successful, the Armed Forces are back in the game, 18-6. If he misses, they've still got to work again. So Lang, has he swung it round enough? He has, you know. Well, we've seen some great goal kicks go over in this game so far. The scoreline, 18 points to 6 in favour of the England University side. But the Armed Forces team well back in the game now following that goal from Jamie Lang. And the try, of course, from Mickey Hoyle. So we're back on the halfway line. Lewis Fairhurst gets us back underway. Long kick. It's a difficult one. Forward they come again. This time through Mike Harrison. Run forward from dummy half. Good tackling though from the University side. Putting numbers into the challenge. Jubb and Stock both doing the job there. That was palmed up then by Ben Mellor, but he did well to stick hold of the ball. Scott works it into the middle. Solid run coming in from Jake Starbuck. 25 metres away from their own line. This is the number 17, Ben Mellor again, second carry in this set. Finds his front, last tackle, they're still inside their own 40. Long kick coming in from the halfback Flintham. Regist has it though. Skips across field, gets away from 2. Now tries to work his way forward. He's got some heavy duty players in front of him there as a Regist. Made 5 metres. Harrison's on the wrong side, he's left on the floor. Meanwhile, that's another run from Matty Crimes. Jubb moves it right to Bass. Bass flicks it out. Stead keeps it moving. Ball goes to ground. Picked up well, however, by the man on that far right-hand side, who I think is James Mason. Next, that's Jubb, winning a penalty. High challenge heading his way. Been guilty of 1 or 2 of these, to be honest, of the Armed Forces side. If you're just joining us, 18 points to 6 in favour of England Universities. My name's Dave Parkinson, commentating this evening for the RFL. Delighted to be here at Rochdale Mayfield as well, where we saw a thriller of a first game between the police and the teachers, which finished 36-all. So far in this one, it's 18-6 to the England University side. Matty Crimes to tap, turns the ball inside. Run coming in there for James Mason. Mason's 10 metres away from the try line. Jubb picks up, sends the ball left to Stead. Stead holds it just long enough to then launch a man at the try line in Connor McCullum. The Siddleman plays the ball back. Here's Smith. Smith works it left to Ferris, who gets rid of 1, gets rid of 2. He's got 4 players hanging on to his top. 2 metres shy of the try line. Jubb shuffles it back into the midfield. Here's Smith, taking the line on himself, the Hull student. 10 metres away from the try line. Jubb takes it right. That pass looked a little suspect, but play is allowed to continue. Great tackling there from Sean Houghton, wrapping himself right around the man. Here's Jubb though, darting from dummy half. Can he get over the line? He's flicked the ball out. Little knock on his rule though, and that play will come to an end. I think they'll be quite happy with that last set though, to be fair. They put a lot of pressure on, did the University side, moved the Armed Forces side from left and to right. So the Armed Forces back in possession, back trying to find their way downfield in Ben Taylor. Scott shuffles the ball right. Ben Mellor the next one with the carry, 20 metres away from his own line. Now it's sent left. And that's Kerman. Kerman 25 metres away from the from his own try line, I should say. Scott sends it back to Lang. Lang hits the ball long. It's allowed to bounce by Harry Chapman, and it bounces and bobbles all the way back to the try line. He's got work to do here as Chapman. Can he do it? Almost gets himself pushed back in the in-goal area, but does well to keep hold of possession, does well to play that ball, and here's Bass running forward, making 10 metres. Now Regist into the middle of the field. A couple of players around him. Thought of an offload just for a second, I feel. Then Jubb told him, don't do that. Instead, moves it right. Oh, lovely work. Fantastic work from Taylor. Doing extremely well there. And they're coming forward again, this time in Connor McCallum. Up to the halfway line. They just seem a little bit quicker in everything that they do to the University side, as the set is completed by Ben Stead with a bit of a tame kick. The passing field found Houghton, and the defence found Houghton, and what's more, a mistake has found him as well. Real strong play by the University side. Two men forcing the error there. Lewis Taylor was one of the men, James Mason the other. Again, they've been really good in everything that they've done so far in this game of the students. 15 minutes to half time. 18-6 in front as far as the University side is concerned. Here's Smith. Ball is knocked on though as he passed it to his left hand side and found Matthew Crimes. Now we've got a couple of swinging arms. Well, you know that the Armed Forces team will be quick to spring to defence. That is, of course, their job. It's surely just young bravado from the University students. Gives our match officials a little bit of something to sort out. Was it just a bit of impetuous youth? It hasn't really been that sort of game at all, but there was a little flashpoint there. Marcus Stocks being brought before the referee. He's already scored one try this evening. So after just calming down the situation, having a word with both sides, we're just going to have a scrum. Adam Flinton with the put in at the feed, or the feed at the scrum I should say. Trying to move them around a little bit, the Armed Forces side. Scott works dummy half duties again. Passes to his right hand side. Solid run forward, but equally strong defence this. It's been very good so far from the England University side, and once again the restricting metres. Mike Harrison there all held. They've won the penalty though. Leaving hands in too long. Referee back, something at Will Jubb. And Jamie Lang goes long with his kick. He's not going to find touch. Oh, that's criminal. Regis doesn't hang around though. Powers it back into the defensive line. Gains a quick 10 metres. Benstead at dummy half. Are they going to go blindside again and open it? They're opening it wide. Lewis Taylor with the carry. Strong defence though, but they're holding on. Oh, and that penalty's gone against the University side though. That could have easily gone the other way, to be fair. The Armed Forces side won't mind that one bit. Flintom's wanting to get on with things quickly. The halfback knocks the ball into touch down that left hand side. They're just 20 metres away from the try line. Chances in this set. Tap taken. Excellent run into the 10 metre line. Scott schemes. Sends it right. Ball played amongst the forwards. Run eventually taken there by Starbuck. They're 5 metres away from the try line again. Scott takes it right. Flinton fumbles it. I think that was just the pressure, to be honest, that they were under. They're putting themselves under a little bit of pressure as well, to be honest, this Armed Forces team. It's not really clicked for them so far in this first half. Trailing by 18 points to 6. They were blitzed early on by the students, who ran in tries from Jason Bass, Lee Regist and Marcus Stock. 3 goals from the boot of Ben Stead. In response, Mickey Hoyle replied, as far as the Armed Forces side was concerned. Meanwhile, here's Furrest on the charge for the University side. Solid running down that right hand side by Luke Stevens. The replacement hooker's gone on. Stevens plays it back on the 20-metre line. That's Connor McCallum once again. He's been busy since going on. Lewis Taylor with the next carry. No nonsense drive from him. He managed to spin in the tackle. Thought better of the offload. Tries to win the penalty. It's not forthcoming. Now it's on that left hand side again. Strong running by Ryan Langton. Over the halfway line he went. Stevens to his right hand side to Smith. Smith pumps the ball high. He's got plenty underneath that one. Houghton comes for it. Great take from the fullback. Well, he's a man with no number, but he's certainly standing up this evening for the Armed Forces team. Little run off his own try line by Josh Coupland. Didn't get that far forward, wasn't allowed to, in fairness. They try and pinch some yards from dummy half again, and they end up going 10 metres downfield. Scott passes right. Flintham goes long. It's a great kick. Bobbles, bounces, bobbles again. Oh, and then he's fumbled behind his own line there. He's got work to do as Chapman. And Chapman has knocked on behind his own line, so it's going to be a dropout from under the post. Gave himself the best opportunity, though, of coming out of danger. But it had already been ruled that he fumbled it. So a real chance here as far as the Armed Forces team is concerned. Trailing by 18 points to 6. Can they grab a try in these last 10 minutes before the break? 32 minutes gone on the stopwatch. 18-6 is the deficit. Drop out from under the post by Lewis Furrest. Bounces, bobbles, bounces again. Oh, it's juggled by Mickey Hoyle. And the try scorer cuts back inside. Runs it back to the 30. Now in at dummy half is Luke Cooper. Cooper gives it to Flintham. He in turn finds the run in there of Mike Harrison. Harrison plays it outside the 20. It's swept across to the left. They continue to play it out there with Lang. Lovely ball! That was a great ball. This will be a great try. That's fantastic. He's going to carry it right underneath the post as well. Josh Coupland coming in to play with that lofty pass that ended up going in his direction from Lang. It really was a defence splitting pass. You won't see better all season. And that's the second try of the evening for the Great Britain Armed Forces team. It goes the way of Josh Coupland. 18 points to 10 with the kick to come. So Lang directly in front of the post. He's been picked for the Armed Forces team from the Army. His halfback partner is in the RAF, so them two looking to link things up. Meanwhile, the 2 points has gone over, so it's 18-12 now. It's intriguing in its own way, this game. 18-12. The University side blitzed the Armed Forces early doors, but they've pinned them back with 2 tries. High kick comes in from Furrest. Flintham comes for it. Oh, he spilled it. He's lost his cough drops. It's going to be a scrum 10 metres out from the try line. Real chance here for the England University side to spark up once more. So Stevens finds Stead, he drops it back looking for the strong run in there of Matthew Crimes. Crimes is 2 metres from the try line, just to the right hand side of the posts. Does Stevens fancy a dart, or is he going to pass? He's going to pass it left. Smith across to Forrest, all the way across to the left hand side. Chance here. Tell you what, they've done well to hold Jason Bass up there. And has the man got into touch? No, the referee waves play on. Here's Chapman. Trying to cut forward to the 10 metre line. We'll play it to Stevens. He passes infield. And I tell you what, that's one heck of a run coming in there. Stop me if you can. Conor McCallum virtually getting to the try line. Here's Stevens, sends it right. Stead, dummies, steps again. Oh, the ball goes loose. It's been picked up by the Armed Forces side. That's a let off for them. Oh, Stead saw his name in lights. Duck one way, step the other. Did the old Fred Astaire trying to get through the line. 10 metres away from their own line though, the Armed Forces side have recovered possession. They'll try and get their way away from danger. That's a battling run forward to the 30. Scott once again at dummy half. Finds some strong running in the form of Ben Mellor. Mellor's 25 metres from his own line. Scott, long ball to Flintham. He drops it back for Mike Harrison. Looks good as Mike Harrison plays his rugby league at Bath Rugby League Club. Forward come the Armed Forces team, but there's a knock on there. Oh, he was trying to speed things up. Just needed to just slow it down for a second. And the mistake has caught up there with Jordan Kerman. So the England University side, they've been busy over the summer. They've had a 2-test series against New Zealand Kiwi students. As Crimes picks up the ball, that test series finished 1-1. England lost the one game 10 points to 26, won the other by 42 points to 4. Moving the ball wide now through Regist, steps back. It's a devilish step that he's got. A real exciting winger, showing plenty of promise in this game. He's 10 metres shy of the try line, 5 metres in from touch. Now Stead drops it back to Lewis Taylor. Taylor's lost the ball, but there's a penalty coming here for the England University's team. 18-12 they lead. Can they get more points before the break? Stevens taps, sends it left to Smith. Dummies, goes again, surges forward. 2 metres shy of the try line. Stevens whips the pass to the right hand side to Stead. He keeps it moving. That's a solid tackle by Lang, but the ball goes loose. It goes free. Here's Regist. Regist has gone in at the corner, but there's a flag up. He's just brushed the touchline. Unlucky there, really unlucky. Would have been a quality finish had it been awarded and had he been able to get it. 18-12 is the score in favour of the England University side. Great Britain Armed Forces with the scrum, 10 metres from their own line. Flintham covering his mouth, just shouting out to his support players what's coming up in this set. Flintham sends it to his right. There's Houghton, the fullback. Just a 2 metre carry forward. Here's Scott, stuttering run, but gets him to the 20. 3 men thrown into the tackle over good measure. That's controlled defence as far as the University's team is concerned. Kick comes in, a long one from Flintham. It bounces once, twice, 3 times. It's heading towards touch. Ferris has work to do, cuts it off at the pass, picks it up, turns round, sees a great kick chase in front of him. 5 players there. And we've reached half time, have we? It's a fascinating game the way that it is. 18 points to 12. A game of 5 tries so far. The first 3 of them went the way of the England Universities team. Jason Bass, Lee Regist and Marcus Stott, the try scorers, with Ben Stead converting from all angles. In response, the Great Britain Armed Forces team coming up with well-worked tries through Mickey Hoyle and Josh Coupland. 2 goals from the boot of halfback Jamie Lang, 18-12, and another very close, very entertaining game. Join us for the second half in a few minutes.
Wonder why you'll come up with from this then. Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to second half coverage of this RFL President's Cup game. If it's anything like the first half, we're in for an absolute thriller. It's the England universities taking on the Great Britain Armed Forces. Armed Forces making first use of possession. Run coming in there from Burkitt. 20 metres away from his own line. Plays it back. Scheming the way upfield. Rolled over on his back. That's a good tackle on Luke Cooper. Again, doing some really tough stuff. Now the Armed Forces getting out 40 metres from their own line. Scott finds Lang. Lang works his way forward. He's built like a second row player. Up to the halfway line. Plays it back to Scott. Scruffy play the ball. Kick comes in by Flintham to complete the first set. Harry Chapman takes the bounce. Bit of a pint-sized winger. Noticeable because of his skull cap. Sure, he's represented a couple of sides at League One level as well. Good run forward by Taylor. Lee Registin at dummy half. It's pretty rapid in the first half. Scored a try. Could have had another one. This time makes just 10 metres forward. Just a minute inside this second half. A solid run coming in from Connor McCallum. Manchester Met student. Stevens works it left. Kick goes up in the air from Smith. That's way too deep. Oh, it's landed behind the main stand here. Really did hoof that one. It's going to be a scrum on the halfway line. Chance here, early doors for the Armed Forces team. Flintham of the RAF to feed the scrum. Lang of the Army standing to the left. He takes possession, dummies. Flicks a pass out to Houghton, who's from the Navy. Trying to keep his head above water on this occasion. 10 metres inside the opposition half of the field. Lang passes infield. All progress stopped though. Good work there, by the way. Jordan Kerman finding the going tough. Lang cutting forward again. 30 metres away from the try line, directly in the centre of the field. Scott will shuffle it right. Flintham throws a dummy. Sends it out to Houghton. Houghton gets between defenders. He's stopped 20 metres from the try line. About 10 metres in from touch. It's a slow play the ball. I think he was appealing to the touchers for something or other. Once again, it's lined up for the forwards. Big Burkitt running forward. Now it's on the right hand side with Flintham. Kicks for the in-goal area. Oh, it's been spilled. This is going to be a try. It's a try for Flintham. His quick-witted reactions got there in the first place. It was an error from Chapman. And that is the opening try of the second half. 18-16 with the kick to come. Hold on to your hats, folks. It's another thriller coming up. The first game finished 36-all. What's this one going to be? So Lang, Dura put the commentator's curse on him. He's got this conversion attempt from about 20 metres in from touch. And the flags are raised. 18 points each. Did I ever need to doubt him? Looked a really handy player this evening for the Armed Forces team. Back to the halfway line, and Forrest has called for the ball. 18 all, a real thriller. Always amazes me where the balls go in a rugby game. Both teams seem to start off with 10 each, and then suddenly you get 45 minutes into a game and you can't find a ball for love of money. We're about 13 minutes inside the second half. We've got one of the trainers running round for one. He's off. Hey, fair play to him. So we have this delay whilst we await the ball being knocked back over or brought back in by that trainer. Just looking, there's a couple of cars parked behind that side. I wonder whether it's landed on somebody's bonnet. Could be a couple of nice dints going back to the car. Oh, there we go. Get back into the field. And well played, that man. I never realised that I'd take up almost a bit of cricket commentary as well whilst the ball was being retrieved. It's like somebody had knocked it for six, wasn't it? Kick coming in from Furus to get us underway again. Flinton was underneath it. Launches the big figure of Burkitt into contact. 20 metres away from his line. He's knocked on. Oh, what an error. Well, they've worked so hard of the Armed Forces team to get back on level terms, and then they've spilled it with the first carry of the restart. Happens so often in games, doesn't it? A scoring team coming up with an error. So an immediate chance for the University side. Here's, oh, he's through. He's through. He's Harry Chapman. He's made up for his error before, and he's sliced right through the defensive line like a hot knife through butter. And Harry Chapman scores a try of some quality from the base of the scrum. That has immediately put England Universities back in front. 22 points to 18 with the kick to come. Well, the Coventry Bears back, showing a clean pair of heels to the defence there. And his teammate Ben Stead, studying at Gloucestershire, tags on the extras. I never noticed this before. He's a left-footed kicker. You don't see too many of those about. But he stretched the advantage out to 24 points to 6. 24 points to 18, sorry, in favour of the England University side. Momentarily lost the abacus there. You can tell why I never went to university anyway. So Mickey Hoyle with the ball on the halfway line. Sends the ball long. He sent the ball too long. Penalty on the halfway line. Well, there's just things like that can really change the momentum of a game. Already 6 points to the good. They've got another set of 6 coming up here of the England University side. Stead kicks to touch down that left-hand side. Finds a good touch as well. So tap taken. Stocks has it. Sends it into big Connor McCallum. 22 metres from the try line. Moving the ball right. Stead. Lovely ball. The through here. What a tackle from Houghton. Brilliant stop. That was try saver written all over it. Stevens takes it right. Stead moves it wide. And there's Regis diving in athletically at the corner. But it's been ruled out. Well, he could have had a hat-trick, could Lee Regist. Just the one try to his name. Looked really good on this right-hand wing. Unfortunately, though, 2 passes have gone his way that have been ruled forward. And then he was put into touch. Possibility of a little fumble there from the UK Armed Forces. 10 metres away from their own line. Penalty comes their way. That's a welcome relief. Mickey Hoyle wants to get on with things quickly. Tosses the ball back to Adam Flintham. And Flintham finds a good touch. Up towards the halfway line. That's where they'll tap and start this attack from. Scott looks round, sees Hoyle in support. Really did launch himself at that line, did Hoyle. Makes some good yards post contact as well. Over on the right hand side, 10 metres in from touch. Scott works it infield to Flintham. Flintham spins it into the arms of Burkitt. Burkitt's 30 metres away from the try line, right in the middle of the field. Scott goes, sends it to his right hand side. There's big Ben Meller. Rumbles his way towards the 20. Scott takes it left. Solid run there from Ben Taylor. Mr. Yorkshire Pros plays the ball back. Now it's worked to the right. Kick comes in from Flintham. Oh, I tell you what, it's a real tricky one. It's bounced up perfectly, and they've scored again of the UK Armed Forces, and it's awarded. A real tricky kick into that top right corner. Just bounced up so invitingly, and the 4 points is scored. That's a try the way of Luke Cooper, diving into the corner. 24 points to 22 in favour of the England students team, who've made a triple substitution. So Jubb has returned to the field. Fumhander has come on. Meanwhile, Lang, has that got legs on it? No, it's well wide. So the England Universities team still has the front in this one by 24 points to 22. So yes, Munashi Fumhander has come on. So too has Dan Gover. And so too Will Jubb has returned as well. Could get interesting out there. And the sunlight has come out again. I thought I could feel something warm on the back of my neck. High restart from the England University side. Flintham, that pass looked suspect. Found some good support though. Burkitt funneled his way forward. And they go again. Big men through the middle. Fumhander with his first challenge. Interesting about Fumhander, he plays for Hemel, representing Leicester University this evening. Scott sends it left to Lang. Long ball out. That was a typical Rugby Union 60s pass. And again a typical pass wide. Good work though. Josh Coutland not with the room to run on this occasion. Scott. They've managed to work their way forward to the halfway line. Scott once again. This time finds Flintham. Flintham kicks for space. Chapman is there. Chapman comes for it and collects. What's his kick return like? It's very good. He's drifting cross field. Eventually hit well in the tackle there from Nathan Barker. And Regist. 5 metres he gains. 10 if you're being generous, which the Armed Forces side was. Furrest, been on since the first couple of minutes. Fires the ball to Connor McCallum. And the Siddle forward, 25 metres from his own line. They'll be happy with the job they're doing so far in this set though. Will the Armed Forces team as Jubb plays it back. Stead finds some big running there in the form of Dankover. Jubb passes long, back to Stead. Stead punts the ball high. That's coming down with snow on it. Who's got that one? Oh, it's a comfortable take in the end by Coupland. Already with a spectacular try to his name this evening. Wrestling his way forward, making that 20-metre mark despite the attention of Jubb. And Houghton ducks down the left-hand side, picks up 10 metres. That's great work from the fullback. Infield it comes to Lang. I like the look of this player. Jamie Lang's been very good tonight. Scott has continued at dummy half. Ball fired down the right-hand side. Lovely work out to Hoyle. Hoyle well caught though. Good tackle down that right-hand side by Alex Clegg. This is now Ben Mellor. Plays it back to Scott. Now Flinton goes high this time. Oh, he does well, does Harry Chapman, to come for that one and take it on the full. Furrest passes infield. Pinned back though. 24 points to 22. Remember, the England University side are in front as Regis takes another run, taking some pressure off his forwards. They're 30 metres away from their own line. There's McCallum. Scrappy play the ball. Jubb sends it left. Advancing over halfway. They'll be happy with the work they've done in this set so far. Stead runs across field. Finds Furhurst, who steps, checks his run, straightens up, still going. Stopped on the 20-metre line. It was last tackle though. He'll be forced to turn over. I wonder just for a second whether he lost count of the tackles there. Not a bad play by any stretch of the imagination, but not really where you want to turn the ball over. You want to be a bit closer to your opposition line. As it is, Scott has smuggled 5 or 10 metres there. That's now a solid run by Ben Taylor. Put on his back. Lang to his left-hand side. You know, there's some real tough work going on amongst these two forward packs. Flinton, can he inspire? Well, he threw a dummy, but just ran headlong into 2 big forwards. 30 metres away from the try line are the Armed Forces. Houghton dabs it over the top. Harry Chapman, comfortable collection from him. 10 metres out from his own line, runs it into the middle. It was made a better kick than it actually was though, due to the enthusiastic chase from Houghton. And he's lucky not to give a penalty away now. The ball's gone loose and a knock-on has gone against Chapman. He's complaining bitterly, is Chapman, to the referee, who's not going to change his mind. So chance here for the Armed Forces side. Talking about abacuses, if they win, we have to get the slide rule out to see who wins this competition. Armed Forces working the ball right. That's the way to run onto a ball from Hoyle. Stopped just inches away from that try line. Scott again at dummy half. Flat pass, finds Mellor. Mellor's found his front, 2 metres shy of the try line. Scott, does he fancy darting himself? No, he doesn't. He goes to Lang. Lang pops it to the left. Ball's gone loose. Oh, and where's that knock-on come from? It's a turnover, is it? No, the referee has ruled that it's back to tackle number 1 as far as the Armed Forces are concerned. And some tough work being done down this left-hand side by centre Nathan Barker. Eventually he yields 10 metres away from the try line. Infield it comes. Solid surge there as well by Jordan Kerman. Comes into the middle with Scott. Taylor is well held. 10 metres away from the try line. Still they ask the questions. Burkitt throws the dummy. Takes on from Hander, gets the ball away. Scott switches the point of attack left. It carries on coming in this direction. This is great work from the Armed Forces. Can they find a way through? Oh, it's brilliant defence. Brilliant defence, brilliant attack. He's still going. It's Barker. 2 metres out from the try line. I thought he'd been stopped 5 metres previous. Scott into the middle. Flintham kicks wide. Oh, it's attempted is the back. Looked like a little knock on there. Referee has a decision to make. Touch judge gives him the nod. Said there was a knock on. And the referee has come up with a penalty for the England University side. Perhaps they were offside at the kick. Dumped into touch by Kieran Smith. We haven't really mentioned him that much in the second half. Now, I was looking, and amongst this squad, there's 12 universities represented, which is tremendous. They're right across the country. As far away as Loughborough, as close to here as Manchester Met. Forward come the university side to the halfway line. Jubb moves into dummy half. He's got Fumhander to his left. Moves it right, however. Stuttering run forward, but it's pretty effective for Danny Gover. Jubb works it left. Ryan Langton, 30 metres away from the try line. Jubb sends it left again. Smith dabs it through. It's a low kick. Bounces up perfectly. And he's taking no chances whatsoever there. Is Luke Cooper. Just carried the ball dead. It's going to be a dropout from under the posts. If you're just joining us, 24 points to 22 it is in favour of the England University side. Time ticking on. We've just over an hour played here. Into the last quarter, usually a telling point. Houghton, that's a great dropout. As far as Benstead, fires it into Gover, who goes downfield at a rate of knots, 25 metres away from the try line. Stead has called for it, but it's gone blindside. Good work from Matthew Crimes. Did well not to be carried out of the field of play there. Now Jubb works it infield for Stead, drops it back over his shoulder to Langton. Langton's 10 metres away from the try line, just to the right hand side of the post. Jubb takes it left again. Stead's took control of the situation. Throws it out to Smith. Smith, well caught there. Great defence from Hoyle. Really did clamp him well there. Furrest off the deck, finds Stocks. Stocks running straight, running true, running hard, but being put down right near the try line. Jubb takes it left. The play's been disrupted, but the ball has broken for Jason Bass, and Bass has scored his second try of the game. That has stretched the advantage out to 6 points. 28 points to the England University side, 22 points to the Armed Forces. So Benstead has this opportunity to stretch the advantage. It's another pressure kick. Just 5 metres in from the touchline. An appreciative crowd has been in all night. What are they going to say on this one? Oh, he's just wide with the attempt. Still in the game are the Armed Forces. 28 points to the England students, 22 to the Armed Forces. Ball sent long on the restart. Kieran Smith was underneath it. Now they'll try and make some yards, but they've lost the ball. Flinton with the opportunity. 10 metres away from the try line. Here come the armed forces. Oh, penalty. Offside against the England University side. Matty Scott to tap. Sends it left to Flinton. Now it's out to Pete Holmes. Oh, Scott trying to weave his way through. Good defence from the University side. Across it comes. Once again, really committed stuff from Will Jubb. Lang at dummy half. Passes to his right. Here's Flinton. Saw no other option than to drive it through the middle. Takes on Fumhander and company. Scott moves it left. Lang in possession. Short pass there down that left hand side. Jordan Kerman that was. Into the middle it comes. Here's Lang. All wrapped up. Some excellent line speed there. Really good defence from Dangover. So the Universities have the ball again. About 65 minutes of the game gone. Ooh, that looked like a high shot. And was against the centre, Jason Bass. 2 tries for him this evening. Stead, where's he going to put this ball? Oh, I think he's aiming for us. It's gone just over our heads though. I'm sure he'll do better, given the opportunity. So once again we await a ball arriving on the field. I actually think Oliver, who's been helping us this evening, has gone retrieving the ball. Oh, they found one from the other side. Oh, there's another one that's come on. So the tap is going to be taken. Crimes puts it in field. Solid run coming in there from James Mason. He'll stand and play it to Jubb. Stead drops it back for Langton. It's a bit of a power pack rocket, isn't he, Langton? Up to the 40 metre line, straight through the middle. Jubb at dummy half. Shallow hands from him to Gover, who's got to the 20 metre line. Doing well in this set. Stead to Fumhander. Fumhander still going. Gets within 10 of the try line. Here's Stead. Long ball to no one in particular. Crimes cleans it up, then pops it out the back. First out to Regist. Regist still going at the corner. I don't think they're going to take that one off him. And Regist has come up with a super score. Lovely hands. And that has stretched the advantage. 32 points to 22. I was trying to add up on the fingers and toes there. Regist with his second try of the game. Oh, this is a blow for the University side. Fumhander has stayed down and they've called for a replacement. It's been help from the field. Oh, that's a shame. He was just starting to get into the game as well. Meanwhile, Benstead, 4 goals to his name this evening. Has another goal to contemplate. Always give it chances. And he's succeeded. What a kick. Well, he's certainly a decent goal kicker, is Benstead, and he's stretched the advantage out to 12 points. 34 points to 22 now in favour of the England University side. A win for them this evening will see them lift the President's Cup. Yeah, it's just been pointed out to me where this President Cup is located, directly opposite us. Here's Gover. Strong run from the Coventry Bears forward. In fact, it feels like half the Coventry Bears squad is on the field this evening. Here's Regist. He's definitely not one of them. Certainly some potential there, as I've already stated. Been through the age groups of under 17 and under 19 for Yorkshire. Jubb goes from dummy half. Over the halfway line he goes as well. First has now moved into that position. He's got Langton to his right. McCallum to his left. Uses McCallum. The Siddleman put down on the 40-metre line. Jubb takes it right to Langton. Langton throws a dummy. No one was falling for that one. He's up to the 20-metre line though. Good control in this set. And the ball back with Stead. Stead boots it into the corner. Oh, well taken by Houghton. It's been really solid all evening as Houghton. Done very, very well. The Armed Forces team trying to win a penalty there. Nothing forthcoming. Now the run coming in from dummy half. Solid surge forward as well. They need a little bit more adventure, one feels. That was Nathan Barker. This meanwhile is Jordan Kerman, who's been really hard working, very industrious indeed. Flintham, nothing doing for the half back. Caught 5 metres inside his own half. Last tackle, it's back with Lang. Oh, great defence. He's flicked the ball out. Here's Houghton carrying the ball one-handed. Dabs it through. He's chasing after it. Kicks it forward again. He's still going. And there's a penalty coming here for the Armed Forces team. Houghton was taken out of play. So it's dabbed into touch by Lang. Is there yet another twist in this tale? They need to score quickly here to the Armed Forces side if that's to happen. Kerman down this left hand side. As I mentioned, seems to take a drive up every set of 6 that they've had the ball. Lang fires it into the middle. Ben Taylor will play it 5 metres out. Scott shuffles it right. Chance here for the Armed Forces, but solid defence once again. 5 metres to go. It might as well be 500 the way they're defending, but Scott tries to unlock them. Lang fires the ball wide. Oh, that was so unlucky. And they're playing with it on the 0 tackle. Look at Ferris go into the middle. Ooh, big collision there between 2 forwards. He was the meat in the sandwich, and I don't think it'll taste very good for Ferris. There's Regist. I really like this kid. Done very well today. 2 tries. Plays the ball near the halfway line. Jubb fires it in field. Jubb plays the ball forward and rolls it forward. A good 10 metres he's gained there. First will open it out left to Langton. He keeps it moving to McCallum, who slips the ball out well to Smith. Smith fires it further wide. Oh, and the ball goes loose and into touch. That was the game right there. Try there, and you could have been polishing that cup up and bringing it down to present to the university side. As it is, it's going to wait a little bit longer. We might have to wait a little bit longer until they tie the ribbons. But that is a magnificent cup. That's what's going to be presented after the game. Looks currently like it's going to be heading the way of the England University side, who've been very good. They played some excellent stuff. That was some great movement down the left hand side with just a final ball drifting into touch. Here come the Armed Forces though. Can they get themselves downfield? They need to add a bit more adventure to the play. There was their last try scorer, Cooper. He'll play the ball 25 metres from his own line. Scott, long ball. Inside ball for Houghton. Houghton still going. Put down near the halfway line by McCallum, and he's won a penalty as well. McCallum all over the top. Houghton wanted to tap and get on with it, but the referee marking out the spot. £34 points to England Universities, 22 to the Armed Forces. That's a good touch, Finder. 20 metres away from the try line. Kerman with this run, as he has done so often. He's going to go down 10 metres away from the try line, 12 metres in from touch. Scott fires it to his right hand side. Big run coming in from Jake Starbuck. To the right it's moved. Flintham finds Lang. That move was straight out of Super League 2005 and the defence was well up to it. And there's a little knock on as well from Scott. Oh, disappointing. Tell you what, there's been so much effort put in by both of these teams. An absolute credit to their coaching staff and what they represent. Forces Rugby certainly on the rise as well if you look at how the Forces went in the Challenge Cup this year. The Royal Navy narrowly going down to Northampton Knights. The RAF winning at Driglington and then losing to Batley Boys. And the British Army defeated Milford Marlins, London Chargers, and then getting defeated at Kells. So certainly it's on the rise. You get the feeling. So too was Lewis Furrest. He was picked up in the challenge. Jubb passes for Gover. The penalty is won. Offside in the middle. Hoyle just questions the decision, says he didn't hear it. Benstead to kick the ball to touch. Kicks it well past us, thankfully. I didn't fancy my catching skills so late on in the game. So Jubb to tap. Stead feeds it into the middle with Langton. There's McCallum now, rolling forward, gaining 5 or 6 metres. There's a lot of support for the University side this evening. They appreciate the way that they're trying to play this game as Stock runs forward. Did well there, did Marcus Stocks. Jubb moves it right to Stead. Stead all the way to the right hand side to no one in particular. Furrest has fluffed his lines. It's a good job registered. Cut his way back to take possession again. They were under a bit of pressure there with the England University side. Langton. I think that's called a settler in the business. Straightforward drive. Picked off 10 metres. Dragged in 2 defenders as well. 34 points to 22. Did the University lead in this one? Here's Smith trying to cut his way through. Valiant defence. Brilliant defence from Pete Holmes. Now they work it down the left. Here's Bass. Bass has proven real cutting edge tonight and has come up with his 3rd try of the game. Hat-trick, and I feel that that is the result. Well, he has impressed for Coventry over the course of the season so far. He's definitely a go-to man on that left-hand side. Definitely a go-to man tonight with a hat-trick. You can't take anything away from Jason Bass. He's added that real cutting edge and he's possibly the difference between these two teams. Stead taking every second afforded to him, and why not? Yeah, a bit of a discussion going on between the referee and a couple of Armed Forces players as well. I wonder whether something choice was said. There's quite a lot of that happening in rugby league these days, and I'm really glad that referees are starting to clamp down on it again. There used to be a real respect between players and referees, and it seems to be slipping, so I'm glad that referees are getting it back again. Anyway, that's my rant for the evening. You don't need to listen to that. You've tuned in for the commentary, And I'm glad to say that Benstead has added the conversion, so that's moved the scoreline on to England University's 40, Great Britain Armed Forces 22. Looks quite comprehensive now, doesn't it? So Houghton with the restart, goes short. Might have gone too short actually, and he has. So that's going to be a penalty the way of England Universities. This is at that point in this game when you know that things are going against you. You know that you can't do anything more. You know you need the ball, and you know you're 18 points behind. That's just one of those errors. Instead, puts it long, puts it high, puts it 30 metres down the field, and they're on with a chance of getting even more points. Well, it's going from the bizarre to the ridiculous. We had 3 balls on the field then. Bass cuts forward again. Does he fancy 4? He's 10 metres shy of the try line. Ball moves down this right hand side. There's a solid surge. 5 metres or 10 metres away from the try line. Stevens is back on. Jubby's to his right. Ball is going to be passed left. On to Smith. Smith gets through one. Stop 5 metres out from the try line. The pepper in the line now. Stevens. Infield. Tell you what, there's a real chance here for Stock. Takes all the wherewithal to keep him out. Here's Stevens. Dummies. Decides to take it forward himself. There's a whole heap of defenders there. I don't think he'll be able to get that one down. Last tackle in this set. Stead looks like he's going to pass it left. And does. Oh, and then somehow it's a right schmozzle and ends up in the arms of Houghton. The fullback will play it 5 metres out from his line. And the Great Britain Armed Forces team, well, they've given their all this evening. And they've won a penalty there. It's all starting to get a little bit scrappy, a little bit tetchy. We must be in the last few seconds for this sort of thing to be happening. So Jamie Lang, I might take a swift step to my right hand side here, because he does look like he's got the angle of hitting this straight down the lens of the camera. Referee having a chat with Benstead. So Lang, he's got to hoof this one, isn't he? Oh, here we go. He has hoofed it, and he's not found touch again. First underneath it. First with the counter-attack. He's off. He's down the right-hand side. Good counter-attack. Gains 20 metres, if not 30. Stead at dummy half. Passes in field. They'll centre the move for the England University side. Stevens has Smith to his left. The half-back's wanting the ball in his hands. Instead it goes right to Stead. Still they work it down this right-hand side. And the referee has sounded his whistle. That's the final whistle, and that is our final action for this evening. What a cracking game and cracking performance it was from England Universities. Star of the show was Jason Bass with a hat-trick, but he was really well supported by Lee Regist, who came up with 2 tries, Marcus Stock and Harry Chapman also coming up with tries of their own. Benstead with 6 goals, and the final score here, England Universities 40, Great Britain Armed Forces 22. 4 tries for the Armed Forces from Mickey Hoyle, Josh Coupland, and then Flintham and Cooper also got over the try line. 3 goals from the boot of Lang, who was amongst the best players, and we're having the setup for the presentation. I tell you what, they don't half move quick, do they, on these presentations? They've hardly finished the scoring list, and we're getting the trophy ready. And it's getting ready to be presented. It's a magnificent trophy. So the RFL president coming down from, do we say the hospitality suite? Can we say the hospitality suite at this ground? I think we can, can't we? It's a really nice room opposite us. They've had sandwiches in there all evening. They've been royally entertained. And this is why you play rugby, isn't it? This is why you want to pick up trophies. You want to win. You want to be part of something. And certainly, you can say from the Armed Forces point of view, Armed Forces rugby is on the rise as well. I mentioned just how far the forces on their own went in the Challenge Cup this year. They've done tremendously well. There is absolutely nothing for them to be discredited about. They have been superb in this tournament. So too, though, have the England students as part of the England Combined Universities team. And that's nice. They're coming over to Fumhander, who went off injured, congratulating him as well. He was just getting into the game. So the winning side has gathered. The trophy's on a tour of the ground. I think they're wanting the losers to come up first of all and just accept commiserations. Handshakes all round for our match officials as well. We can't have a game without the match officials, and they've refereed superbly tonight, both sets. So well done to them. I tell you what, there's going to be some wild celebrations in just a few seconds' time. The England students of the university side all gathered in front of us. It's just a shame they're not facing us, really, but we're still going to get some brilliant congratulatory scenes. This is that time where you get your team shots done. These will be adorning the walls of every university up and down the nation for the next season. I bet you bottom dollar a few of them will appear in Coventry Bears and Hemel Stags and Keighley Cougars dressing rooms as well. And now the Armed Forces team comes across. And we wait the celebrations. I always feel there's a sense of you're never fully sure what happens during these presentations. There's always a bit of a lull, isn't there? But lots of excitement, lots of nervous energy. Everyone playing the full part this evening. But lads like Jason Bass really proving the difference with 3 tries. 2 of them to Lee Regist, of course. Marcus Stott, Luke Stevens ran his blood to water from dummy half when he got on. Sadly, they missed Joe Kaplis after he went off after a couple of minutes with an injury. And now we're hearing a bit of a presentation from the RFL president, giving his thoughts on the gameplay. He's a man that likes speeches. He's talking about the honour of presenting this trophy. Thanking players from both sides. And relaying his congratulations on behalf of the RFL as well. And the moment that we've been waiting for. There it is, the trophy lifted. The RFL President's Cup presented to the England universities. Tremendous result. They've been excellent throughout the competition. Remain unbeaten for 2018. and that's a nice touch as well, with Fulham-Hander being almost carried over the threshold. So we'll leave you here for the evening here at Rochdale Mayfield, where we've seen 2 games of tremendous quality, lots and lots of action, plenty more to come. Thanks for joining me, Dave Parkinson, and your cameraman with the mostest, Mr. Terry Gorman.